Want to learn how to save up to $12,000 that you can use towards purchasing a property within 90 days? Well, if you're a first-time home buyer or you haven't owned a home in the last 5 years, stay tuned as I'm going to outline 7 simple steps that you can follow to help you guide through the process. And it's probably not exactly what you're thinking about. Okay, maybe it is, but it's with a little bit of a twist. So let's do this. Hey everyone, I'm Mary Surkwa. I'm a real estate sales rep with Right at Home Realty, and I've been helping families buy and sell homes in the Newmarket and surrounding areas for over 12 years. If you're thinking about buying or selling or have some questions about the real estate market, feel free to book a free consultation. All my contact information are in the links down below. So let's review these 7 simple steps. Now, what we're talking about is, of course, you've probably figured this out, is the first-time homebuyers RSP plan. But there's also a little bit of a twist that I'm going to be outlining for you to understand to take advantage of this program, as it's not widely used and it should be taken advantage of. Now, as part of the first-time homebuyers RSP plan, you're allowed to use up to $35,000 of your RSPs that you can use towards purchasing a property for the first time, or if you haven't owned a property within the last 5 years. Now, if you don't have any RSPs, then this is a great strategy for you to follow. Now, this strategy is only to be used if you're seriously about purchasing a property within the next I would say 5 to 6 months. Step number 1 is always seek the advice from an accountant or a professional tax specialist to make sure that this strategy will work for you. Step number 2 is visit your local bank branch that you deal with. All the major chartered banks in Canada will have a product similar to what I'm going to be talking about. When visiting your branch, ask them that you would like to contribute towards your RSPs and you would like to acquire an RSP loan to do that. There might be some pre-qualification steps that you might need to acquire with your local branch, but essentially it's automatic, as they will be holding the RSP savings as collateral for that loan. So, and you can also ask for deferring the payments within 90 days. So then that way you're not making any payments towards this loan. Now, as a first-time home buyer, you're allowed to use up to $35,000 of your RSPs that you can use towards purchasing a property and use that as a down payment. Now, if you already have some RSPs, please remember that you will need to deduct that amount that you already have. So for example, if you already have $10,000 in an RSP, then the maximum amount that you can acquire as a loan would be $25,000. Remember, it needs to total the $35,000 maximum allowable. Step number 3. Once your bank has approved you for your RSP loan, the funds are then placed into an RSP savings account. Now remember, do not invest those funds into anything long-term, as you will need to collapse those RSPs to pay off the RSP loan by using the first-time homebuyers RSP plan once you have purchased a property. Step number 4 is you receive an income tax receipt for filing your RSPs. You either receive that in person while you're in the branch, or it's then sent to you by mail. The deadline to contribute towards an RSP for the year 2022 will be March 1st, 2023. Step number 5 is set up an appointment to meet with your accountant or tax specialist to file your income tax return for the previous year. Now, depending on your income tax bracket, you're allowed to receive anywhere between 20 to 40% of that towards your income tax refund, and then you can use that again towards purchasing a property. Let's do a couple of examples of different income levels. So we're going to start off with, for example, if you were to have a $75,000 income and you had the full $35,000 contribution, then we can calculate to see what your potential return could be. And in Ontario, that amounts to $9,561. Now let's do a $100,000 annual income and see what that calculation would be for an income tax refund. So in Ontario, that would be $11,064. And let's do one more example of $125,000 as an annual income and see what that would calculate to. And that's at $14,326. Remember, this is per individual. So if there are 2 people applying for this, you would get those amounts back depending on the person's income tax level. Again, this calculation would be in my guide, in my first-time homebuyers guide that are in the links down below. Step number 6 is receiving a tax refund from CRA once you filed your income tax. And you can use that towards purchasing a property, or you might even be able to use that for paying off any debts that you may have as well. And step number 7, once you have found a property with your local real estate sales rep, then you can go ahead and fill out the paperwork, the RSP Home Buyers Withdrawal Plan, and collapse the savings account to pay off the RSP loan. The only stipulation is that you have to leave the RSPs in the savings account for at least 90 days once you've made that contribution. Now, to find out exactly how much you may qualify for, be sure to download my free first-time homebuyers guide. That's in the links down below. There's also a handy tool in that guide that will show you exactly how much you may be able to get back as an income tax refund by contributing the maximum allowable depending on your situation and your income tax level. Well, there you have it. Those are the 7 simple steps that you may take to go through this process and acquire some funds within a relatively short period. Be sure to contact me for more information as I can guide you through the whole process. I've helped dozens and dozens of families go through this, so I would love to help you through that process as well. Take care. We'll see you here next time.